everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of the Love to Sew podcast. Oh, you wouldn't believe how many times I've had to try and record this introduction. It just doesn't get any easier. In fact, I find it more and more difficult each time. I totally forget what I'm going to say. I know that I've got lots of different things to say and they just completely fall out of my brain. So I'm not going to be too formal. I'm just going to tell you that this is a podcast about my knitting and sewing adventures. I've got some sewing to show you today, some new yarn, a new bag, a few things that are in my shop, a quilt that I've made, and one finished object and something that's on my needles. Today is Friday the 13th of April, which is probably why I'm not being very successful with this podcast. Not a good day to record. If you want to find me anywhere else on the internet, I am Caroline Love to Sew on Instagram and Ravelry. I've noticed that I've had quite a few new subscribers to my channel, so hello everybody and welcome. It's really nice to have you here, and welcome to everyone who's come back to watch me. I hope you are enjoying my podcasts. I know there haven't been very many. I will keep going, but I'm very nervous every time and I have to really build up the courage to do this recording. So maybe we should just get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you today is my shawl that I'm wearing, which I absolutely love. Now, this is the Mini Madness shawl. I think I'll take it off and show you so you can see properly. It's not a huge shawl, which I found quite nice to knit because it didn't go on for forever and ever and ever, as some shawls do, which is fine, but I wasn't in the mood for a really big shawl. I just wanted to knit something that wasn't going to take forever. So like I said, this is the Mini Madness shawl, and this pattern is by Angie. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'll put it in the notes down below. She's from Camel City Dyeworks, and this is her pattern. It's a lovely simple pattern, and as the name suggests, you use minis for the shawl. And I bought a lovely set of minis from Amy from the Little Tailoress, and they're springtime minis, beautiful colours as you can see, soft apple green, a pale cream, this lovely section here, turquoise and peach, and it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. I'm going to put it back on because it's a bit chilly in here today. I think these colours are really me, and I really love them, and I think this is going to be a joy to wear because it's not huge and it's not heavy, it's quite light, and the colours are very springy, so yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. So thank you Amy for the lovely yarn, and thank you Angie for the lovely pattern. Right, the other thing that, to be honest with you, I haven't done a lot of knitting recently. Well, I have done a lot of knitting. I've knitted on this and only this lovely shawl, but since my last podcast I have actually started to knit a sock. I think last time I showed you the yarn I was going to use, but I have actually cast it on and done some. But to be honest, I haven't really felt like doing sock knitting, which is why I've been knitting my shawl. So I'm hoping that the want to knit socks will come back quickly. So this sock, let me show you the pattern first. So this is the Wonderland Socks by Tabi Gandee. She has the Hey Sister podcast here on YouTube with her and her sister. They're lovely. They dye yarn as well. And this is my sock so far. Which I'm really enjoying. So like I say, this is the Wonderland sock, and it's a lovely slip stitch This yarn is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this, it's beautiful. Gorgeous colours. And this one is from Mr. B's yarn from Birdstreetuk. And the colour is We're Going on a Bear Hunt. And it's 75/25 superwash merino nylon 100 grams. And the pink one is from Beth at Beehive Yarns. This was just one of her minis, which is a really pretty pink colour, which I thought would look nice for the contrast heels and toes. And that's what I've done so far. It's a slip, it's not a slip stitch heel, it's a heel flap and gusset, I think. But I'm really pleased with that. This is my go-to heel at the moment, which I love. And yes, so I'm looking forward to finishing that one off once I get, I'm past the heel now, so I'm onto the foot. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that. So now I've done my shawl, I think I will spend some time on this lovely sock. So that's actually all the knitting that I've been doing. But I have got some new yarn which I'd like to show you. Let me just work out where I am. I've had to make notes and everything today because I'm just completely losing the plot, I think. It must be an age thing. Right, so let me see. So the first thing, the first skein of yarn that I'd like to show you is this lovely one from Hedgerow Yarns. This is called Georgia Rose, this colourway. And for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you will know that I've been involved in a collaboration in March with lovely Jane. And she dyed this yarn to match the bags, the fabric in the bags that I was producing. I made these little stitch mark progress keepers. Now then, it's not going to, there we go, it's a little flower. So I made those to thank everybody who made a purchase, a little thank you gift. So for everybody who bought a bag in the collaboration, Jane and I are so grateful, thank you so much. We really, really enjoy putting this together for you. These kits are just something I love to do. And this was my fourth collaboration actually. Is that fourth one? Yes. I've done two with Tracy from Nora George Yarns, and I've done one with Beth from Beehive Yarns. And like I say, this one was last month with Jane from Hedgerow Yarns. And I've got another couple of really exciting ones coming up in the next few months. So I'm really excited about that. But yes, I'm really looking forward to knitting something. I'm not sure what I will knit. In fact, this shawl was quick to knit and a fairly simple pattern. And I thought it might be quite a nice idea just to use, instead of using different minis and blending them in as I go along, I thought for a change I might just do use one skein of yarn, a large skein, a full skein, and knit with that instead, knit a shawl with that instead, because it's quite lightweight and perfect for this time of year. So I might watch this space, I might do that. Now I also have this lovely skein of yarn from my gorgeous friend Kelly from Lay Family Yarns. This is a colourway called Flora's Honey Pot, and it's a 75/25, 100 grams. And Kelly dyed this. She used the inspiration from Flora Honey Pot on Instagram, and Flora had put some colour inspiration on her Instagram feed, and Kelly dyed some yarn to match, and she's done a fabulous job, and it's so pretty and delicate. I love it. Those lovely colours, aren't they gorgeous? So this is an update she did recently in her Etsy shop, Lay Family Yarn. her band. And at the same time she produced some gorgeous mini skeins, which I also got, which is just, they're just beautiful, these gorgeous colours, absolutely stunning, aren't they? Very soft and pastel-y, which really is my style. I do like pastels. So they're really pretty, aren't they? Really gorgeous. And as you all know, if you've watched my other podcasts, I absolutely love yarn from Regina in Germany. And recently she produced a fabulous spring mini skein set, and I just could not resist. All of her yarn to me is hard to resist. But these were even more so. Oh, look at these beautiful colours. Don't they just scream spring to you? I hope they're not blowing out too much. They are ever so pretty. Perhaps if I hold them back a bit you might be able to see them better. But they are absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure that some of them will be contrast toes, etc. in my socks, but I think the majority of these are going to go into my Cozy Memories blanket, which I just love. Yeah, aren't they beautiful? She's a clever girl. These are all on her, these are 10 gram minis. I'll just put them down before I drop them all. She's named all of them, it's amazing. They're on her Hazel Soft Sock base, 80/20, merino superwash. Yeah, 10 gram minis. They are beautiful. I love them. I just can't decide which one I like the best. Look at that pink. It's lovely. Very pretty. I'm not going to show you them all separately, but oh, they're just so gorgeous. That's her little ball band. Look, little tiny weeny one. That's so cute. So yeah, that's it for yarn, I think. I feel like I have other new yarn, but I can't remember if I've shown it to you or not. Anyway, let's move on. So the other new thing I have to show you is this beautiful bag from Tracy at Thimble and Thread Make on Instagram. She has a lovely website, and she designed some cube bags which have these fantastic inner pockets or inner sections that you can, how can I show you this, because I've got all my yarn in there. These little poppers which you pop open, and then you can feed your pin inside, pop it on your bag, and then close the poppers, and it means that you can have these lovely pins on your bag, and the back of the pin doesn't interfere with your knitting. So that's just, what a fantastic idea, Tracy, well done. And the bags are really sturdy, they're gorgeous canvas. She does lovely contrast lining, as you can see, that beautiful pink, and she does them in a range of gorgeous colours, lovely bold colours, pinks, and there's a lovely mustard colour, I think there's a red, an orange, but I went for blue because I just absolutely adore blue, as you can see from my room. This is my craft room I'm in, by the way. So yeah, I'm loving that bag, and it's really a really nice size for you to get lots in. So I've got all those minis in there, plus I've got my Cozy Memories blanket, which I'm not going to show you today because I haven't added too many squares. I haven't had a lot of knitting time, but yeah, perhaps next time I'll show you that. But it all fits in there. It's a really lovely size bag. Oh, it's bigger than my head. I've got these lovely pins, so I'm really chuffed with those. That one's slightly wonky. There we go. Pretty. I love it. Thank you, Tracy. It's gorgeous. So I would like to show you something else that I've made recently, which if you follow me on Instagram you will have already seen this, but it's a quilt that I made for a little girl. It's a cock quilt. So somebody, a member of the family, asked me if I would make a cock quilt for her new granddaughter, and I said I would be delighted to do so. So I dived into my stash of beautiful Tilda fabric and found some of my favourite, what I call vintage fabrics, because they're kind of soft muted colours which I thought would be perfect for a quilt for a little girl, and they have lovely soft patterns, and I'm going to try and show you. Obviously I can't show the whole thing all at once because it's really big, but here we go. I made it using half square triangles, which I then joined together and then quilted. Now, the last time I made a quilt like this for my daughter, when I was quilting the top of it, I just stitched either side of the seams that I had made up here. And I thought, just to be a little bit different, I might quilt it in the other direction and put 3 lines of stitching in on each one and see how that looks. And I'm really quite chuffed with the outcome, actually. I think it's a really nice effect. So I'm really happy with that. I backed it with a lovely soft baby pink fleece backing, which my local quilt shop had recommended. In fact, when I made my daughter's quilt, hers, again, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen it. She loves blacks and greys and greens, and it's a lovely combination of fabrics that I used. And hers has got a black fleece on the back, which is just fantastic, and it's really soft and they're really warm as well. So perfect for a little girl in her cot. Normally, obviously, when in the past when I've made quilts, I quilt it all with the normal method, which is the quilt top, then the wadding, and then a cotton fabric on the back. But this cuts out the need for the wadding and the cotton backing. You literally just put the quilt top on the fleece, and I basted them together using this stick and spray, which is perfect. You just literally lay down the fleece, spray the spray, and then put your quilt top on top, and it sticks the two together sort of temporarily, which means you can put the layers through your sewing machine to quilt them, and the quilt top doesn't move about when you're trying to stitch. So this is perfect. I highly recommend this. I think I just got this from Amazon, but I know that there are various crafting websites that sell it too, and fabric websites as well. But it is absolutely perfect. Stick and spray, crafter's companion. I don't think it's very expensive. So I highly recommend that. And not just for if you're using a fleece on the back, if you know, you can use it when you're using wadding and backing as well. And then I handmade the binding for the quilt, and I use the method where you sew it onto the top of the quilt and then wrap it round and do a hand stitching on the back. And I think it's a whip stitch it's called, so it's really not visible. And there's mitered corners on the quilt, front and back. So it's quite a nice neat finish, which I really love. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that, and I hope the little girl and her mummy will like it too. So that's my quilt. So before I finish today, I just wanted to show you a couple of things that are in my Etsy shop at the moment. There's always Tilda fabric, but I add project bags every now and again to my shop. So I just wanted to show you a couple that are in the shop at the moment, which are ready to ship. They're drawstring bags made with Tilda fabric. And here's the first one. this lovely fan fabric. It's the same front and back. It's got my little ribbon and ring on the side, and inside is a lovely white lining, cotton lining with my Love to Sew stamp, and a little pocket with the same fabric as the bag, which is quite nice for, you know, scissors and your tape measure, progress keepers, etc. And with that bag comes a little lavender pouch as well to match the fabric in the bag. It smells, oh, it smells so good. And somebody pointed out to me recently that the lavender pouch actually fits in my bag, in the pocket in the bag, and that was completely unintentional. I must admit, that's just more luck than judgment. But yes, so there's that one, in lovely blues and pinks, like a lovely soft powder blue. And this one, this pattern, which I really adore, is this one, this lovely green. These gorgeous roses. Same front and back. Here's my ribbon and ring on the side. This is quite handy for hanging. Oh, here's my ribbon on the side. This is quite handy for hanging your progress keepers. Again, we have my stamp and a lovely pocket with matching fabric. And here is the little lavender pillow to match, which is quite nice to keep your knitting and your crochet project smelling nice. And these are drawstring bags, and they stand on their own because they have a box bottom. I just love these vintage Tilda fabrics, they're so beautiful. I think because I was working with the quilt, it reminded me how many gorgeous old prints I had in my stash when I was looking through for fabrics for the quilt. So I pulled them out and thought I'd make some pretty bags for you. So that's those two. They are, like I say, they are in my Etsy shop at the moment, ready to ship bags. And this week I had a shop update. Now, this is an idea I'd had in my mind for, I don't know, well before last Christmas. And I just thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to create something that's a little bit different, that as far as I could see nobody else had done. I did a lot of research because I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. I certainly don't want to, you know, make anything the same as anybody else. And it is difficult because there are so many project bag makers out there, and you know, we're all inspired by each other, I'm sure. But I've thought about this idea, and I spoke to my daughter about it and asked her if she would be able to draw something for me to use as a template, because she's a fabulous artist. Thank you, Hannah. So she came up with these beautiful templates for me, and I think if you follow me on Instagram and you've shopped in my Etsy shop, you will know what I'm talking about. So without further ado, here she is. It's Sybil the Sheep. Isn't she gorgeous? I've made only a few of these so far, and I just love them so much. She's got the cutest little face that Hannah designed. And I use Liberty fabric for her body, so it's really called her Liberty coat. I embroider her little face, so we've got the matching fabric here, so it's lovely plain denim coloured linen on the back, with a little bit of interest here, a D-ring on the side to hang your progress keepers with the matching Liberty fabric, and then a lovely velvet ribbon on the zip pull. And that's the inside. Again, my stamp, Love to Sew stamp, and a lovely pocket with matching Liberty fabric, as you can see. And each of these bags always has a little lavender pillow to go with them as part of the purchase. Oh, I just love these Liberty fabrics. They're so pretty, aren't they? There's so many beautiful Liberty fabrics. There'll be a lot more Sybil the Sheep project bags in my future. I'm so happy with them, and it's so nice to come up with my own creation. And it's even nicer that you lovely people out there also like her and have made purchases and bought her for your own projects. So thank you so much if you have bought a Sybil the Sheep bag. I'm so grateful to you. So these that I'm showing you have actually been sold, and they're going out in the post tonight or tomorrow. So I'm going to just quickly show you the other Liberty prints that I've used this time. So that's another one. Isn't she gorgeous? I always think I have a favourite, and then I make them up, and it turns out that I don't have a favourite because they're all so beautiful. So that's sort of a lovely soft pink and peach one, and that's the lavender bag to go with that one. Again, I won't show you all the insides because they're all the same, but they're all lined, my stamp and my little pocket inside. So, and then there's this lovely yellow one, which is gorgeous for the spring. How cute is that? Look at those beautiful colours. It's got a soft lilac in there as well, which is really, really pretty. I'm really happy with those. Again, a little lavender pouch. Lavender pillow, I call them. And pink, of course, because I love my pinks. That's a really nice print, isn't it? And a little lavender pillow. And last but not least, this pretty girl here. Oh, so gorgeous. Her little face. I'm so happy with those. And that's a little lavender pillow to go with that one. And I'm really excited to tell you that I have had an enamel pin of Sybil the Sheep designed, and they will be coming to my Etsy shop in the next few weeks. I'm so excited. I'm over the moon. It's so beautiful. It's more beautiful than I could have imagined. So watch this space for that one. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it was a little bit of a mishmash. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I desperately wanted to record today, and I'd set today aside to do it. So I thought, go ahead with it and see how you get on. And like I said, I tried to record the beginning of this, I don't know, 6 or 7 times, and I just thought, you know, I just need to get on with it and go for it, and which I did. So I'm sorry if it's all a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but I hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. So until we speak again, have a lovely time with your knitting or crafting, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.